Okay, let's cast our minds back to the big reveal week. At the start of that, I don't think any of us were expecting to find out the Sirens' primary venue or expecting what that was going to be. Because that, you would have thought the prime focus of the week would have been, the team names, the logos, any other news we could say for the week after. But oh no! The Sirens then, at the end of that week, confirmed their primary venue for the 2024-25 season. And oh, was I shocked at this. And if you looked at some responses on social media after the news drop, this went down like a lead balloon. But yet, it just confirmed the rumours were true. Because there had been rumours swirling ever since the York season ended. There had been rumours swirling that the Sirens might end up being put in New Jersey. Because, let's face it, you go back to January the 1st, the league launches. Of the 6 teams, PWHL New York, and I thought it was a real shame because I think New York is a great hockey market. Otherwise, why would it get a PWHL team? Because all these 6 markets are established hockey markets and especially established in the women's sport. Okay? So I was very disappointed over this season to see that New York had not really been able to, galvanise, maximise the opportunity that the PWHL has given. They just never got a growing level of support compared to the other teams. You look at Ottawa, and Toronto, who packed their barns night in, night out. You look at us in Minnesota playing in an NHL venue on a regular basis, and we were getting, one region of 7,000 to 9,000, which is actually quite stable. But New York, for stars, they played all over the place. They were in Connecticut, they were in Bridgeport, they were in Belmont. They played all over the place. Now, yeah, you could argue PWHL Montreal played 2 venues too, but they were always firmly rooted in Montreal. Whereas New York, you never really could tell where they were going to be next. That did not help matters. As you look at PWHL New York's records in terms of attendance from last year, a lot of them are very, 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 very low. Like, for example, if you look at... If we do it month by month... Okay. And let's face it, this is not going to be pretty. I'm not looking forward to having to do this. It's not my intention to name and shame, but I need to do this to drive in my point. So here we go. So we look at it month by month. I'm sorry to do this. I'm Sirens fans. I'm very sorry to do this. But I need to hone in my point here. So we start with January. Okay. So look at January. They're roughly getting in January, in terms of home games, about 2,000. Roughly about 2,000. In fact, the highest attendance in January was against us. It was their last home game of the month. They hosted us in a 2-1 overtime victory for your Frost. 2,393 was the total attendance for that match. Okay, So in January they were getting roughly about 2,000 in either bar. Oh, that was at UBS, by the way. Oh, let's just know. Then go to February. Okay, now you look at February. Okay. Now in February, they only had one home game. And that was at UBS Arena when they hosted the PWHL Montreal. In a 3-2 shutout loss. That had 2,125. So again, still in the region of 2,000. So the point I'm making so far is attendance across all these teams, lowest so far. You're going to March. Alright? You look at March. And oh my god. Wow. So in March, they start with 2 home games. But oh my god. The first one in March was at UBS Arena when they lost to us 2-0. I had a Sharks game at the XL that day as well. I remember that very, very, very well. It was an awkward situation. We had to root for Minnesota in the Master one. Then the IRs in the morning, I had to root against them, my Sharks. That had 4,459, highest so far. But the next game, March the 6th, they host Montreal in a 4-3 loss at Togo Arena. And oh my god, they only packed in 728 fans. Wow. What? Wow. I need a moment. I can't believe that. What? Wow. Single figures. Wow. Oh my freaking god. I can't believe that. Wow. That's bad. That's dreadful. That's dreadful. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen that before in a hockey attendance record. Wow. And that was at Togo Mortgage Arena. It was on March the 6th when they hosted Montreal. Wow. Wow. And it gets worse. Because on March the 20th, when they hosted Ottawa, a 3-0 loss at the Togo Mortgage Arena, they had 1,702. Then their final home game of the month was against Boston on March the 25th. They won that 3-2. They had 2,834 fans at UBS Arena. So it's interesting there in March because they start off with their biggest attendance yet and then plummet to the lowest I've ever seen in all of hockey. That's dreadful. That is dreadful. Right, April. Now, was this more than the 2 neutral site games in New Jersey? Or was it... Let's see. Right. Oh, yes. Right. So, the beginning of April's home slate with the first of 2 neutral site games in New Jersey. The first of those came out April the 20th against Boston. They lost 2-1. That's the highest so far in terms of attendance. 5,132 packed out for that. Okay. They go back to UBS Arena on April the 28th against Toronto. Only 1,668 went to UBS Arena. Oh my fucking god. And on April the 1st, we went back to the Prudential Centre, host Ottawa, 1-4-3. That stint Ottawa's World Cup player chances. 2,992 packed that venue on that night. So it's like, it's give and take these latter months. And then finally in May, did they have just the one home game against us? Let's see. Oh my god. Sirens fans, it gives me no pleasure doing this. Just to let you know, by the way. Yes, their last game in May was that massive home loss they gave to us. which nearly sucked our chances of being in the World Cup playoffs, but thankfully we did all the hard work beforehand and Ottawa blew it into all the last day. That was on May the 4th, so Star Wars Day for us to celebrate. Only 1,563 fans packed that venue. That was at UBS Arena. So you look at PWHL York's attendance record over this local season. It is not great. It is the lowest, not just the PWHL, but I think the lowest I've seen in terms of attendance records recorded for a hockey game. That's dreadful. If I was a New York Sirens fan, I would be not too pleased with that at all. In fact, I would be demanding the ownership's head on the stick. 728 for one of those games. That's disgraceful. That's disgusting. That is a disgrace. That's dreadful. Horrible. I sound like Kim Woodburn. Horrible. But I mean, it begs the question: what have PWHL York been doing in terms of marketing? Because Boston managed it when being in Soccer Centre. Ottawa's managed it being the TD Plus. Montreal managed it in two separate venues. Toronto did it outstandingly, being the Matamate, and then again Coca-Cola. We managed to do a good chunk of cheddar, being at an NHL venue, night in, night out. So what is New York's problem? What has New York been doing in terms of trying to get people on, trying to get artists on seats? Not much, apparently, compared to the other five. And New York, it should work. I don't get what's happened. In New York, it should work. New York is a bustling city. It's one of the most famous cities in the whole of the East Coast. You know, I mean, I would argue Cowboys is more recognisable, so that's why I didn't go all of the US. I just went East Coast. But yeah, I'm so shocked by this. I just feel like, wow, my mind's blown by that. So, was I surprised that it was announced the Sirens were going to play in the Prudential Centre? I apologise, New Jersey Devils fans, if I keep calling this Presidential Centre. It's an easy slip of the tongue. Plus, we are in an election cycle right now, so I seem to keep doing that a lot over the last years. I keep mucking it up, so I do apologise for getting that wrong, Devils fans. NJ, you can let me know if I'm getting it wrong over there. Oh, I bet he's thrilled to put a Sirens jersey on! Awkward! Well, it must feel so awkward. Now, we did a while ago, we did actually work out that actually New Jersey to York is not that far, whether it's by bus, train, or car! So, it's a very easy commute. So, I don't think any Sirens fans based in New York or already established in New York, I don't feel like a problem going over to New Jersey for what would be at least 12 games a year. Because obviously, it's 30 games now. That's 15 home games. But of course, there's a possibility of potential neutral site games as well. So you look at least 12 home games out of a possible 15. Yeah, I expect at least 12 in a bar, and then maybe more too as well. But yeah, but how are New Jersey Citizens going to feel about this? A New York team playing in New Jersey. I don't know how they're going to feel about that. Wow. Wow. So yeah. So New York Sirens announced that their Prudential Centre will serve as the team's primary venue for the 2024-25 regular season. I'll remind you guys, if you are new to the PWHL, you didn't get involved with this past season, what we mean by primary venue, it means that's the venue they are going to be mainly based at. Because in the PWHL, we do have neutral site games. So a couple of teams go to a neutral site venue and play there, and that counts as one of those teams' home games. So when we say primary venue, it doesn't mean we've got a secondary home, which some people thought. No, what it means is that's the venue they're going to be based at for the majority of their home games. But if the Sirens get chosen for a neutral site game, that would then take up at least one or two of the other home games. Okay, so that's going to be my primary base. Okay, so that's just if you're joining us this year. You've not been involved with it last year. I'll have to keep in mind that a lot throughout this regular season. I probably will, especially when we do get some neutral site games coming up. The team debuted in the venue with two regular season games during the inaugural campaign, which we did talk about there just recently, and they recorded a season-high home attendance record of 5,132 on April 20th. Yeah, but he then dropped to a mere 2,900 something after that. So let's not go tooting our horns too quickly. So the Prudential Center is located in downtown Newark, New Jersey. And of course, it's home to NHL's New Jersey Devils. So what I can't wait for when the Sharks go to the Devils. I can't remember what it is, but I can't wait for that game in New Jersey. And have to hear the Devils promote the York Sirens. Because you get obviously during breaks in play, promotions, upcoming events and all that. That'd be quite hilarious. It's gonna be awkward, isn't it? Because I know my geography's shit. Okay, my geography's shit. But at least I know that New York and New Jersey are two different states. Okay, they both had their own entries in the American Song Contest a few years ago. Alright, they're two different states. This is awkward with a capital A. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. So these boys are set to say to themselves, in their own words, they say, and I quote, "We saw last season how quickly Prudential Center and our loyal fans could create an electrifying atmosphere," said General Manager Pascal Duddles. I better not pronounce that right. Our players and staff are thrilled and can't wait to play again in this high-class venue and call this place home for the upcoming season. We know our fans will be a driving force, like literally, in our pursuit of excellence. Prudential Center is immensely proud to become the primary venue for the Professional Women's Hockey League, said Dylan Wendell, Vice President, Sports, Properties and Special Events. Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment / Prudential Center. After the initial success of our two games at the Rock, that's the nickname for Prudential Center, last season, we look forward to the opportunity to support and showcase the world-class talent of women's hockey at the highest professional level. So the New York Sirens will relocate their training to the Essex County Corday Arena, which is the Devils' former practice facility, located in West Orange, New Jersey, as part of the South Mountain Recreation Complex. And here's what it has to say about that. Establishing Cody Arena as our practice venue is a significant step in our ongoing commitment to providing the best possible environment for our team and players to grow and develop, said head coach Greg Fargo. Remember Greg Fargo, this is going to be his first year with the Sirens. He replaces their outgoing head coach from last year, whose name I have forgotten. Oh my god, it only feels like yesterday we just had the first season come to a close. Oh, that's bad. That's bad on me if I've forgotten the name of the Sirens' prior coach already, and I've been dealing with this league since day one. That's bad. That's dreadful. It shows how woeful York season was last year. That's bad of me. Good job I'm not a Sirens fan, otherwise I'd be in big trouble there. Yeah, so great progress coming in this year. We are very excited to become a proud and active part of the Essex County community, engaging with our new neighbours and having an impact. We make Cody Arena our new training home. Essex County Cody Arena is very excited for our new partnership with the New York Sirens, said Cody Arena General Manager Stephen Ruggiero. This partnership brings together two organisations dedicated to the growth and development of women's hockey. We would like to extend our gratitude to the PWHL GM Pascal Das and head coach Greg Fargo for their support. Together we will continue to promote and elevate women's hockey in our community. We are excited to welcome the New York Sirens to Essex County Cody Arena, said Essex County Executive Joseph DiVincenzo Jr. Our facility has a long history of providing skating opportunities for people of all ages and abilities, including AHL and minor league hockey teams, along with the NJ Youth Devils and Daredevils. We hope having the Sirens here will inspire new generations of girls and women to play hockey, and we look forward to a long-time partnership with the team and PWHL. Okay. So, we've got the niceties out of the way. We can see, yeah, both sides, they really want to make this work. But here's my problem. Here is my problem. The league's given up on New York. It was quite contrast, you know, on the Monday when we had this, the big reveal for all six. And obviously, with the Sirens, we could see that their brand, which is up there as well, my top three, along with the Charge and obviously my Frost. We thought it was a great brand, great logo, great identity. We felt it really, you know, resonated, you know, with the spirit and the culture and the vibrance and the sounds of New York. And yet, this team's not going to be playing in New York. They're playing in New Jersey. Now, yes, it's a short drive, but that's not the point. You've got a New York team that's inspired by New York, its brand is inspired by New York. It's got New York at the heart of its brand, but it's not playing in New York. And I just feel the PHL as a whole has given up on this city far too soon. You got to remember, we're only in year one. Sorry, we've only just had year one, that's what I meant to say. We've only just had 1 year of operations. Okay. Now, if this league was, say, 5 years or 10 years down the line, then absolutely do what you've got to do. But we're going into year 2, not 20. We're going into year 2 of this league. Surely you could have given the Sirens one more go to try and establish that community, establish that fan base, establish that connection in New York, before you then pull the plug and basically force them to relocate. Because this technically is a relocation. That has got to be a record. Oh, how Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred will be so proud. They love relocating franchises willy-nilly, no matter who it hurts. Oh, how they'd be so proud of this. Alright? But yeah, so in the first year of operations, we've already had a relocation. Well done there. You know? I just feel the league has given up on New York. And yet New York is okay, I've not been. But of course, I'm familiar with New York. You cannot not be not familiar with New York. Especially if you're involved with sports. But New York has got such potential. And New York is a strong market. It is a strong hockey market. it has got two teams in the AHL. The Rangers and the Islanders. And the two teams in the same city. That is not easy to have in the National Hockey League. But New York has made it work for more than 50 years now. Because the Islanders just turned 50 a few years ago. You know, so I cannot believe the PWHL has already given up on this great city. And you saw the fan base passion. Okay, now may not have been many people in the stands, but away from the ice, away from the ring, you could see the connection form. You could see the bond developing. So why have we pulled the rug under the carpet from the city? Why have we basically pulled the plug before we get to year 2? It's like, I don't think the PHL has given New York a fair shot, a fair hearing. You don't, after just 1 year, look at it for, yeah, this is shoddy, need to do something. You at least give them a chance to work something out, see if they can make this better, and then you pull the plug. Okay? Then we go to year 3 and go, yeah, it's not working, you're off to New Jersey. But I just feel like, in my gut and in my heart that this league has given up on New York as a city. And yes, you can argue they are still going to be known as the New York Sirens. That, to me, is not good enough. It's that, you fair dues, you've kept the name, but let's face it, how long before New Jersey demands you change that to New Jersey Sirens? And they could demand it, they could, you know. Because I'm not sure how hostilities are between New Jerseyers and New Yorkers. I'm not sure about that. So I know this in California this would not go down well. But yeah. So it's all very well going to say you're still going to be called New York, but you're no longer playing in New York. It does not take a genius to work out that New Jersey and New York, 2 different states. Alright? 2 different states. I just feel you can on your... Now, I did look this up. And there have been quite a few tenants in the Prudential Centre over the year that have bought the New York name. So I'm going to go through to you now the tenants of Prudential Centre over the years. And you'll be interested to see there's a pattern here. So obviously we've got NJ and the Devils. And the Devils have only been in Prudential Centre since 2007. It's also home to the... Saturn Hall Pirates of the NCAA, also since 2007, as well as the New Jersey Rockets of the USPHL since 2007. It was the home of the New York Titans of the NLL from 2007 to 2009. It's also been the home of the New Jersey Ironmen of the XSL. That was from 2007 to 2009. It's the home of the how do I pronounce this? Of the NJIT Highlanders of the NCAA. They've been there since 2008. It's also been home to NBA of the New York Mets. Nets, not Mets. Nets. Easy tip of the tongue there. It was the home of the New Jersey Nets! Oh my god, I'm getting tongue-tied. Right, I'll start it. New Jersey Nets. Sorry, New York Liberty. That's confusing. Right. Got nothing on that. It was the home of the New Jersey Nets of the NBA from 2010 to 2012. It's also been the home of the New York Liberty of the WNBA from 2011 to 2013. It's also been the home of the Metropolitan Rivieras of the NWHL from 2016 to 2019, and then again in 2021. And of course, from this year, it is the official home of the York Sirens of the PWHL. So there have been a few New York-based teams that have played there over the years, but as you can see, not permanently. Those I've just read you there, those were brief stints. So here's the question mark for the Sirens and for the league. How long do you want the Sirens to stay in Prudential Centre? If it's 2 years, 3 years, where you work out on a permanent place in New York, that's fine. I could handle that. I think New York fans would have handled that too. It's like a temporary thing where you try and work out where could be a good place for, the Sirens to go in NYC. What borough of New York would work best? That'd be fun. No problem. 2 years, 3 years, fine. No problem. But this is going to be a permanent basis. Then you really have fucked this up. Because you've given up on New York. You've given them a great brand. But how they're supposed to connect with that if they're not in New York? So I just cannot shake the feeling that the league has given up on New York. And it's a real shame because this is a great market for hockey. We've seen it. It's got 2 AHL teams. Not many airs in the States can say that. Alright? So come on. What's the jig? What is jig here? I just don't get it. I just don't see the point. No. So the only thing that I think could maybe calm me down would be if the league announces that the Sirens will have some neutral site games in New York. Now, we are expecting neutral site games to be a feature again this upcoming season. But the pressure is now going to be on the Sirens. If they're not in a New York arena for a neutral site game, then that just confirms my theory and my worries that the PWHL has given up on New York as a whole. So we're going to need to see a neutral site game at UBS Arena. We're going to need to have a neutral site game at MSG. I don't think they'd buy that, but especially because of, legalities and all that, because it's, that's what the Rangers have. I'm not sure how well that would go down, but I'm just saying, I would not recommend Barclays Centre. I know there are other arenas in New York you could do. I would not recommend Barclays. No. Isles fans, go and tell people about that because that was dreadful. That was a bad period. The Islanders know it was a bad mistake and made sure to get out of it as soon as they could. So not Barclays. I know there are arenas in New York that you could suggest, Barclays Boston, but no. We need to have neutral site games for the Sirens in New York to show me and New York as a whole, this league has not abandoned this market. It's not abandoned this city. Otherwise, we're going to have a great big stinking problem. Alright? Because to move after 1 year of play, in the only year of play, it's not a great look for this team or for the market as a whole. Because it's got New York begging, what did we do so bad? I don't think you did anything bad, you. I don't think you did anything bad. Okay, maybe you could have got more arses on seats, but maybe that's the team's fault, not the city. So what was this team doing all last year? Because Ottawa managed it, Toronto managed it, Boston managed it, Montreal managed it, Minnesota managed it. If all the other 5 of the North 6 managed it to get decent chunks of fans in the seats, what were you doing, New York? What were you doing? I'd like to answer the postcard, please. What were you doing last year? There should have been no excuses not to have got people on seats, especially with a brand new product on the ice, a brand new league. I'm barming. I've got no answers. I've no clue. No clue what's going on in New York. No clue. But you're going to need to sort something out quickly because I just feel like the longer you stay out of New York, the less likely New York's going to be seen as a credible market. And it just makes me feel that you've abandoned this market. Because you have. Okay? It begs the question, what went wrong with New York? Because the league made sure to pick 6 strong, stable hockey markets. And yet, New York's the only one it hasn't worked. How? When you've got potential Rangers fans you could have got in, Islanders fans you could have got in, you could have got Sabres fans in because Buffalo is currently in the New York area. You could have then maybe get the Devils fans as well and make them feel comfortable about the possibility of maybe having to house the team there for who knows how long. Okay? There's so many New York market, and then we're not on that side of the AHL, we haven't got to the AHL, alright? No, Utica! Bridgeport, Hartford, Rochester. There should be no excuses for New York to have had the disgraceful attendance records it has had in its first season. And yes, I did go disgraceful because it is. It is a disgrace seeing those records. I did not want to go through those records, but oh my god. Hopefully they drilled the point that I've been trying to make. But oh my god. Where had it all gone wrong for New York that it got to the point that we're not even going to try to make a go at it in year 2. We're just going to go, no, we're going to just pull the plug. We're going to yank the cord out now. Clear of wasting our time. Let's just go to New Jersey. But that's going to put pressure on New Jersey. Because if you're not getting decent records in New Jersey, then really, what is next? If New Jersey can't say, no one can. But yeah. But I mean, it's great that the Sirens have got this sorted, because the Sirens were the only team led that have not got a primary menu sorted for this year. Fine, you've got it sorted. But I don't think this issue is going to go away. I think we'll be coming back to this issue maybe when we get to the off-season 2025, or maybe 2026 potentially. This issue is not going to go away, because it's fine for now, for the interim, but how long is New Jersey going to stomach this? How long is New York going to stomach this? Because New York's basically just had its team stolen and put in New Jersey. And that's not going to help the New Jersey-York relations either. But I just feel the league has abandoned New York. It has given up on New York. And I think that's a shame. Because New York has proven it is a stable and vibrant and powerful hockey market. And the fact the PWHL has given up, not even before we've dropped a puck on year 2, I think that's disgraceful. So somebody in the PWHL needs to go and check themselves before they carry on wrecking themselves, because this is just how can you, right, this is to finish off, how can you give the New York team a great brand like that and yet they are not going to play in New York? Bar me.